Well, you mentioned your sketch comedy show,
Yeah.
Sketched Out. I watched a couple clips on your website. It's pretty hilarious.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
So it's like a whole other side of Justin.
It really is.
What's
you know,
that all about?
when I was really young, I would love to listen to stuff. I still do it actually when I go to sleep, with the exception of when my wife is there. Usually when I'm alone, I'll do it. But like I'll listen to whether it be books on tape or music or something when I go to sleep. And my parents got me one Christmas. I'll never forget opening the package and seeing cassette tapes. Back when we used cassette tapes. These cassette tapes of the golden age of radio. And I was like, what's that? Golden age of radio. You know, I was MTV generation. You know, I remember growing up and watching MTV. And I was like, golden age of radio. Like, what's this about? And I put this in, and there are these people called Abbott and Costello, and Burns and Allen, and the Jack Benny Show, and so many other ones, Amos and Andy, and they were hilarious and really clean, and it was just this wonderful comedy, and totally introduced me to what then I would come to realize, was in the vein of I Love Lucy, and then I would watch Carol Burnett, you know, the Carol Burnett show growing up, you know, so... and Hee Haw, I grew up in the South, so, you know, Hee Haw, those things. And there were all these great sketch comedy shows, and so years and years later, I've always thought I really wanted to have, like, some sort of show like that. And so just the end of last Idol season, I got together with my friend Sean Ingram, who's the other creator, and I said, hey, look, this is my idea, let's make it happen, because he's a producer. You know, he really knows what he's doing on the actual film getting it done side of things, and so, you know, he and I created this show called Sketched Out, and it's Sketched Out TV, and so we just did it. We came here to the hometown area, we got hometown crew, hometown cast, and we just did it, and so many people hooked us up with stuff. I mean, we had thousands of dollars a day worth of stuff for pennies on the dollar. In terms of all the lighting and the camera gear and the PAs, and we had wardrobe, we had script supervisors, everything, you know, and for people who don't know what any of that means, it's just there's a crew of people that goes into making something like what we did, and it can either look student filmish or it can look, you know, have a higher quality, and certainly we were going for the higher quality, and it's so much fun, and so now I had that up on the website, and it's a pilot, more or less. There are 3 pilot episodes, and so I'm going to cut that down into a 5-minute presentation, a 22-minute pilot actually, and in 2010 we'll start pitching that to TV networks. Yeah, it's meant to go on the TV or get investors and go on the internet, but we'd like it to be on the TV.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe a new Spike show or
something.
Comedy Central,
all those. Yeah.
Comedy Central.
Yeah, Comedy Central.
Justin,
hey,
Sketched Out.
Hey, if it's good enough, let me know. You know, but you never know. I mean, anything from Cartoon Network to because they're branching out into more live stuff. Anyway, phone call. It's a phone call for you, I think. You know, so we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But again, it keeps coming back to the lesson that I've learned over the past 7 years, which is it's all about the product. The product will determine everything else, and so finally, I've said to myself, you know what, I'm going to get the product right, and we'll go from there. And hopefully people like it.
And it's something different.
Yeah, and hopefully people like it.
Yeah, well, it's hilarious. So I can't imagine they would not like it. Thank you. Yeah. So I do want to ask you a couple questions about American Idol, because you are the insider, not just from...
The OJG.
Not just because you were a contestant, but also from the TV Guide Network and doing the Idol Tonight and the Idol Wrap. So I want to ask you, this past season, Season 8 of American Idol was dubbed by many people as being the most talented group, as a group, as a whole, that American Idol has ever seen. Adam Lambert has blown up. You know, his album is #1 on Amazon and it doesn't exist yet. You know, Allison has been getting tons of critical acclaim. Chris Allen is expected to do really well. So with this new set of contestants coming in, what are they going to have to do to really stand out after following such a successful season?
Well, you know, that's interesting. I don't think it's necessarily the contestants that have to really stand out. Okay. Because the contestants do what they do every single year. You know, I mean, I think you're right, and I think a lot of people's opinions are correct when they say that the group this past season was probably the most talented group as a whole. I mean, you had more musicians, you had more people who were experienced at being on the stage, and that's very important. I mean, American Idol does take people from relative obscurity and make superstars out of them, but don't be fooled into thinking that these are people just off the street.
Sure.
You know, none of us who have made it into the top 10 or top 13, depending upon what year you're talking about, have just been like, you know, I'll sing today. You know, it's not like that. There's always been some sort of semi and or professional experience, but that takes nothing away from American Idol, because you really got to know your stuff, and there's a sharp learning curve on the show, and so you know, I think that not only will the contestants have to just do what they have to do, but getting back to my earlier point, I think it's on now American Idol and the production staff. And I mean, these are not dumb people, you know what I mean? They're very intelligent. Yeah, they're very intelligent, but it's a machine with heart too. And as much as you want to say, well, it's a machine and they're just cranking out people, they take such good care of the idols themselves. And I mean, you can say, well, why not? Because that's the money. Without the show, without the idols, there's no show. But at the same time, they protect them, you know, from the press. They protect them from a lot of things that a lot of people don't realize. And so, you know, it's really going to be, the contestants just do what they do every year, you know, but really it's going to be what bells and whistles are the production staff going to break out. And they've made a real stroke of genius with their choice of Ellen for Paula's replacement.
Okay. I did want to ask you about that.
We'll parlay right into that. Yeah, Paula, there will never be any other judge like Paula. I mean, she is irreplaceable. However, she made the choices she made, and they amicably went their ways, and that's that. So now you have Ellen, who, by her own admission, has no musical background or anything like that. She's certainly no stranger to a stage.
But she knows how to
apparently
perform. The people's judge.
And that was a brilliant way to put it. And that really is what she is, and she knows how to handle the crowd. And I think that she's going to bring some humor that isn't backhanded to the judges table, because you know how it could be funny. You know, Simon will make some humorous quips, and it's always kind of, you know, with the little smack of the hand. But I think she'll be funny in a charming way. Yeah.
Do you think people will miss the Paula Simon banter?
Yeah, I think they will. But at the end of the day, it may actually make the show go quicker.
Yeah.
Without that, I mean, it's hard enough having 4 judges. You know, because everybody wants to get their opinion in, but you've only got so many seconds to do it. And poor Ryan Seacrest has to be up there and being the time cop. And
he's amazing. He blows my mind.
He needs to get a job.
Always on.
He really needs to get a job. He doesn't work
more than what, 3, 4 more. Yeah,
no, he is really amazing. And you see, I mean, that's not a simple job that he does up there. He's really got to make sure that the show is running smoothly, and you know, he's got people in his ear telling him, we need to go here, we need to do this, we need to do that, and it's live television in the most dangerous sense. You know, really, every little mess up they make is noticed just as much as every brilliant choice they make. You know?
Wow. Yeah. Not an easy thing to make happen, right?
No, but they're good at doing it.
Yeah.